LeBron, at this point, of course, just one preseason game left. Where do you feel like you guys are at as a team? What's most important that still needs to come together with Golden State, of course, looming for next week?
Just continue to work our habits, continue to work our system that Coach Hammond and Coach Staff have put together, implemented since the first day of training camp. So I think we had some really good moments at times. Today I thought that late group executed exactly what we wanted to execute and did a great job of getting back into the game. And I thought at the start of the second half we did a good job of playing the type of basketball that we want to play. So we have another game on Friday, and we look forward to continuing to improve.
Sounds like you're waiting to see with Lonnie with the ankle and how he's feeling, but just wanted to know what you thought of him in that group alongside Beverly and how that group has to play with AD at the 5 and a little bit of a smaller look.
Well, obviously we've had different lineups and different looks throughout the preseason, and tonight was another opportunity to see what that lineup looked like. I thought it looked pretty good. I thought we were really good at times. Can get stagnant at times, but I thought for the most part we had that ball movement. We just couldn't make any shots, but I thought Lonnie was really, really good, very explosive from the start of the game, got to the rim, got an and one. I thought he was really good in the minutes that he had before the roll of the ankle.
Okay.
You mentioned building habits defensively. What are the things that you've seen that have worked? And obviously, terminology and those things, having the same coach the last several years. Darvin mentioned that AD's been asking all the right questions, but there is a learning curve there. So what have you seen out of him being the anchor in the unit defensively?
I think it starts with the point of attack, though. I think AD is going to do what AD does. He's going to block shots. He's going to defensive rebound. He's going to change shots. But defense starts with the point of attack. It starts with the guy that's guarding the ball. And then we're all on a string. And it's communication, constant communication. We all got to be on the string and helping, the guy that's on the ball, but also, the guy that's off the ball as well. The guy that's guarding the pick and roll, because it's a pick and roll league. And then, at the end of the day, if we have a great defensive stand, we have to finish it off with a defensive rebound. AD is always going to be up there and one of the best defenders in our league. But it starts with just communication behind of whoever's guarding the ball in the point of attack.
LeBron, I'm sure it's a little hard to evaluate when you're not hitting three-pointers like you guys were tonight, but was there anything that you liked about these 3-guard, 4-guard lineups that Darvin was kind of throwing out and seeing how they mixed?
I love the shots that we got. The quality of shots that we got was amazing. We literally missed a lot of wide open shots, and that's okay. It's about how we work in the habits, how we sharing the ball offensively, if we're getting the ball moving from side to side, and everybody felt in a good rhythm. So I didn't feel like not too many of our threes out of the 38 that we took were like forced threes. They were all off drive and kick, off penetration, hitting the pocket, finding guys' weak side, and it just didn't go, which is fine.
LeBron, you've done this 20 times now in terms of preseason. Is that at this time of year, is that more important than shooting percentages and stuff like that? I think you guys are right around 30% from 3 in the preseason, and had obviously the really good game in Golden State where everybody shot it well. But is it the looks have been good enough that maybe people should pay more attention to that than the percentages?
It doesn't matter to us. We don't care what people pay attention to. We know what we want to accomplish on a game-to-game basis. And at the end of the day, you're going to have games where you make it, and you're going to have games where you don't make, and you got great looks. But the most important is our effort, and how we defend. And if we defend, we're going to give ourselves a good chance to win every single night, no matter if the ball is going in or not.
LeBron, sorry, I'm collecting my throat here. You guys have talked about at different points in the preseason about having more urgency and kind of looking at last preseason and how that went and how that translated into the beginning of the regular season. Do you feel like you've seen that from the group, and have you been encouraged with just the approach overall during training camp in the preseason and the urgency that you've seen overall?
Yeah, I think I like the way we've been playing. Not only in practices, but in the film session, how we've been, calculating things, seeing the things that we need to do, how we want to play, and then taking it to the game floor. So I like where we are.
Yeah. Hey, LeBron. Just wondering what it was like to be back out there with Dennis, and how you thought he played tonight.
It's just great to have him back. I thought he had a hell of a summer. in Euro basketball. He was amazing throughout the whole summer. Made first team, all Euro. And he played exceptional basketball from all three levels, finishing at the rim, shooting the three, mid-range, and also was, I think he averaged like 6.5, 7 assists per game as well. It was good to see the way he performed. And tonight, we don't care about the misses and the makes. We just want to get him caught up to speed on what we've been doing, because he's played enough basketball, so we know he'll be all right.
Any more questions for LJ?
You go. All right.
Wanted to ask you about, today rebounding numbers-wise. You and AD had double-digit rebounds. You guys tied in rebounds today. How important is that, for you guys in this group, having so many guards, you leading the pack with the rebounds, you and A?
We're going to have opportunities, and coach is going to put lineups out there where it's smaller. And, the only way that we can gain trust in the coaching staff that we can play smaller and faster is for us to rebound. That's always the conversation. Okay, if we're going to play a little bit quicker, we're going to be a little bit smaller, we got to rebound, and we got to clean glass. So it's very important for myself and AD, and obviously Russ has always been a great rebounder at the guard position. Pat has always been a great guard at a great rebounder at the guard position. So that is our job. Our job is to clean glass if we're going to play small at times. Appreciate it.
More to come on Access. Lonnie Walker had 12 points in the starting lineup, but left with an ankle sprain. We'll hear from AD as Access rolls on.
LeBron making the nice cut, little bounce pass. Austin Reeves, very efficient when he plays with LeBron James together.
And Brez, let's focus on tonight's game. And again, this isn't last year, but when a team usually loses, they don't shoot the ball well, or they turn the ball over a lot, or a combination of both. Tonight, the turnovers kind of getting the best of the Lakers. A little sloppy on that end, as Darvin said.
Yeah, while James is breaking that down, I actually looked up the Laker assists. They had 26. That's a good number. But 20 turnovers almost cancels that out.
And that turns into 24 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So a couple things Darvin can definitely look at. Tomorrow they will be practicing, at least they're scheduled to be practicing, before heading up north for the preseason finale. And just too many easy points, too many easy baskets. That's actually a nice play by Slow-Mo there. But, there's a couple problems here. Giving up 24 points via turnover and not shooting the ball well, the three ball well. The Lakers had 4 fewer threes. That's a 12-point deficit there. And again, kind of reminiscent of last year. I feel like we were always looking at the box score. Team 1 made 20 threes. The Lakers made 10 threes. It's a 30-point difference. Yeah. It's trouble when stuff like that happens.
Jump in there, James.
Yeah. There's some things you can get by in a game and possibly win, but turn it over for 24 points. That's going to be hard to overcome, especially when you're not shooting the ball well. And you're turning it over from time to time. When you have 2 or 3 things to overcome, especially in the fourth quarter, you still doing it. It's going to be hard to overcome that. So not shooting the ball well, turning it over, a collaboration to all that, made it difficult for them. But they almost came back at the end, but just a little ran out of time.
Brez, what did you see from Russ tonight? Just 1 of 3. Played 25 minutes, 5 points.
Yeah, not as active as he was the first 2 games. Yeah. That last game before tonight, he didn't shoot that well. 4 of 12, but I thought he really he was aggressive and he was looking for his. And tonight, not as much. Definitely in the background tonight. And I think Darvin talked about that a little bit too. Like, hey, we got to make sure we're on the same page. They do have a couple more practices before next Tuesday when they start on ring night up in Golden State. So you definitely want to be prepped for them. Russ, a little bit of a step back, just aggressive-wise tonight, James.
Probably one of the toughest things for Russ over his career. He's been used to playing a certain way and producing a certain way. And I think Darvin Ham, and with this team, with other elite players and some other good role players, it might not be the same for him every night, so he can't get frustrated if he's not scoring a lot. He's got to do other things. And I think